Hello, online crew. So if you want more people to see your stuff or specific people to see your posts on social media, then you want to tune into this video today. There was something that popped up to me late last week regarding how the algorithm was working. And I'm like, that's just amazing. So I've tested it out all this week and it's just proved me right every time. So if you want, so there's two things, and I will say neither of these two things are new. But sometimes we just need reminding to get back to the basics and concentrate on a few things and just focus on a few things, okay? And when we focus on a couple of things and do them really well and over again, you'll get your content in front of the people that you want to, when you're dialed in with who those people sort of are. So yeah, basic stuff, simple stuff, so effective. I'm up for that. How about you? Are you up for basic, simple, effective? When we're building on social media, that ticks all the boxes for me. I don't know about you guys, but anything that's sort of simple and really works, I'm down for that. So hopefully you guys are too. So welcome to my live video today. If we have not met before, my name is Helen Martin and I'm your online crew captain. This is just a little bit of fun for our community here. We have the most amazing online crew here, home-based business owners, entrepreneurs, direct sellers, those in network marketing, and you want to leverage social media and use modern social media strategies to build your business. You don't want to chase anybody. You just want to learn how to attract more people effectively to you. And you can do that on social media, whether that's with your friends or whether that's with the cold market and you've made them a Facebook friend and you're dealing with it that way. This will work in any of that. So this is more organic strategies. Some of you may be doing paid strategies and getting leads that way. I'm talking about specific people. So let's say you've gone through sort of your Facebook list, or you're looking at certain people and go, yeah, that'd be a good one to target, but you're too scared to do it directly. You don't want to be that person that sends that direct message as going, hey, would you look at my business? But you want to get them on your radar and for them to sort of accidentally see more of your posts because they're on your radar. Okay, this will help with that. So stay tuned. Just one quick reminder, anybody watching that is in my network marketing team, you do not want to miss the Zoom that we are having in 30 minutes time. I've created a full duplicatable system for you. You're going to love it for your teammates. I'm really excited about it for you. It's going to be a complete game changer. So do not miss that Zoom call, guys. This is the missing piece for most people in the industry. And so I've hopefully solved that for our team, which is pretty exciting. So who's here? We've got Cherie, we've got Susan, we've got Crystal, we've got Karen, we've got Yvette, we've got Christine. Crystal's one of our life members. Christine's one of our VIPs. We've got Olive, life member. Susan, VIP. Crystal saying hello to Olive. Hi, is it Hadia? I'm not sure how to quite pronounce your name. It's very pretty though. Really love being here. Thank you for your effort. Well, thank you for being here. It's awesome to have you on. Welcome to our community. I'm up for that. Hello, Julie. How are you? We've got Glenn in the house. Crystal saying hello to everyone. Aren't you friendly there? Morning, Glenn. Sure, I'm up for that. Hello, Beth. We've got Janine. We've got Mike. We've got Anya. Look at all these people jumping on. So awesome stuff. So I've been putting this to the test last week, and it's just, as I said, proved me right, every time. So here's the two things that I recommend to you. And this is not going to be rocket science, guys. This is not things that you've heard before. But when you're doing your DMO, your daily method of operation, and you're really trying to get traction on social media and you're trying to get your posts in front of more people, and you've got some certain people on your radar, this will help. It freaks me out how the algorithm works, and suddenly somebody's content appears and that it hasn't appeared before, and it's because you did something. Okay. So when you're doing your daily method of, operation, when you are networking on social media, and just a side note, guys, when you go to social media, be intentional. So many of you would be wasting so much of your time scrolling and looking. You're just scrolling and seeing what, people are doing. You want to be intentional with your time on social media and actually not just look, but comment and, things like that, like have conversations. One of the most effective things you can do is be in people's messenger. So I know most of you would probably go to the news feed and comment on people's posts and things like that. But I would recommend you start spending more time. And if you don't know where it is, let me just, make it idiot proof for you. Is the tiles up here are called stories. Okay. 10 minutes a day, guys. Go to the stories. Don't look. Most of you are just looking at what people are doing and you're not being intentional on social media. Comment. Love that. Like, don't just leave an emoji either. Emojis don't necessarily spark conversation. They don't really, like, it's a reaction. It's a love. It's something like that. You're letting people know they're there. But actually just spend 10 minutes. And if you spent 10 minutes in stories, that's actually quite a long time. But here's how the algorithm works. Facebook wants us to have personal connections. That's what is a really heavy signal. You guys heard me talk about signals before. The like is a signal, but a love is a heavier signal. Words are a heavier signal than an emoji. Conversations is a heavier signal. I don't know if heavier is the right word, but a more heavily weighted signal. The more signals that you get from people, the more the algorithm is going to work for you. Okay, so things are firing off all the time. The more things that can fire off for you, the more the algorithm will work for you in pushing out your content. When you are in people's messenger and you actually ask a question or say something and hopefully they reply and you're having a conversation, that person that you're in their messenger with will suddenly start seeing your content. Okay? This alert, I got alerted to this last week a couple of times from the reverse side of that. So here's what happened. So a couple of people messaged me that I haven't spoken. I know them, but I haven't spoken to them for a while. But we went back and forth in Messenger for a little bit. I'm not joking. I went to my news feed after that to do something on my computer. Guess whose content came up straight away? Both those people. Like, it's happened on more than 2 occasions. But so they've messaged me about something. We've ended up in a little bit of a conversation. I've gone back to my news feed to do something, and their content is suddenly in my news feed, and it hasn't really been before. It's just like, that's freaky. So my point to you, this is not new. Spend more time in stories than on the news feed. Or like, do both, but deliberately spend some of your time daily not looking at people's stories, commenting on people's stories, and if you can ask a question and drive for a conversation. Here's what should happen, might happen. I'm saying test it out. I can't say will or what happened with the algorithm. None of us can, guys. None of us can. If anyone says they know absolutely how the algorithm works, they're lying to you, because we'll never really know. And they're making tweaks and changes all the time. But here's supposedly what should happen on the reverse side of that. If you take the time to be in people's stories and be strategic, who do you want to engage with? Is anybody on your particular radar? Go to if they're not on your stories at the moment, it means that the algorithm is not connecting the two of you yet. So go to their personal profile, click on the, in case you guys don't know, if you go to somebody's personal, hang on. Okay, who can I go to? Who's willing to be a volunteer for me, just so I don't pick on anybody that doesn't want to be picked on, that know you've got an active story? Just somebody say happy to me or something like that, and I'll just wait for the first name to come up. I'll go and look at your profile and sort of show you how to find stories of somebody that might be on your radar, that maybe you're not seeing their stuff unless you actually go and look. Okay, so, well, we've got lots of me's. Okay, so Karen was the first. Let's see if I can pick you up because you were the first one. Quick off the mark. Have you got an active story though, Karen? That's the other thing. Karen, Louise. Okay. People. Beautiful. So I've got Karen's profile up. See how Karen has got a blue circle around her name. Now, I'm not familiar with Karen's stories. We're probably not seeing each other's personal content at the moment. But I'm going to click on that now. So because she's got a blue ring, and it's going to alert me to her story. That's how you get on somebody's stories if you want to. So I'm going to, okay, point in case. We're not friends. I can't comment on her story. So this is where you want to have everything, public. But when you come across somebody on your radar, eventually you want to friend request them. So I've just friend requested you, Karen, so then I can see, your story. So keep in mind with that, stories are not that people can see them, but I can't comment on them. So whether that's something in your settings that the public can't comment on, that might be something that you need to look at as well. Okay. So who else was next? So Christine. Okay. So I'm going to go. Christine was next on the list. So I'll be interested to see how that works, Karen, whether I see your stuff in my stories now that I've gone and clicked on you. So test and evaluate this for yourself, guys. But I'm telling you, get in people's messenger. So Christine, she's got an active story. I'm going to click on it. I can comment on it. Whether with Karen's, I couldn't. So we're Facebook friends. So I'm going, I don't even know what your story was. I didn't even look at it, Christine, but I'm just typing, you're amazing. And I've just, sent it. What would be a good thing to do is actually ask a question of somebody in their messenger and just start a general conversation that is not business related. Then what should happen is when they open up their newsfeed, they will, as long as you're active on your personal profile and in your stories, then your content will probably start being seen on their end. Okay. Messenger is where Facebook wants people because they're personal conversations. That's what Messenger is driven by the most. Personal connections. Messenger. So if you spend more of your time in people's stories, because stories go straight to people's messenger, then you might have more of a chance. I'm not going to say this is guaranteed, but you might have more of a chance of your content suddenly showing up in somebody else's newsfeed. So it's a very discreet way of getting your content out to people, but you've got to initiate it through being in somebody's messenger. Okay, seen it over and over again with what I've tested. So I started a conversation, people starting a conversation with me in Messenger that I haven't spoken to, for ages in a personal conversation. And then I go to my newsfeed and suddenly I'm seeing their stuff. So if you want people to see more of your stuff, be more active, particularly in stories and get in people's messenger. That's number one. Number two, and this is really important for you guys to understand in this industry. This industry, particularly when you're in network marketing, direct sales, when you work with a team. Warning. Yes, you want to all support each other, but be very careful if the only people that are commenting on your posts are people that are already in your business, because you are training the algorithm just to send your own content to each other. That's not going to get your content in front of new people. If you have like a group or something that's like, I've just put this out, send me some love, everybody, send me some love, and you've got like 50 people from your own team sending you love, guess what you're training the algorithm to do? Just to send your content to the 50 people that are already in your business. That does not help send your content out to new people. It just helps it get sent to the same people over and over and over again. So if that's a problem for you and the only engagement you're getting is from people that are already in your camp, you need to go outside the net, people, outside, and get strategic. And remember, this is organic. This is stuff you can do on your personal profile. Okay. But this is a lesson I've had to learn over the years. Yes, I have this business page, which a lot of you are watching from, and all my stuff is here predominantly. I'm building up my audience here, but I am not a different person on my personal profile. It's still the same Helen Martin. So those of you that have got massive fears about doing things on your personal profile, get over it. You're just hiding behind the fact that you're in this industry and you've still got fears and you need to work through it, and it's all mindset stuff, okay? Just saying. So the other thing, and coaching community members, we're revisiting this next week. If you've forgotten how to do this, you don't know how to do this at all, I got you covered. We'll revisit on our weekly training next week. Create lists, guys. Do you know how to do that? So if your warm market is not buying anything, no customers, no one joining your team, you need to get your face in front of more people, then that's when you go and look at people's profiles and see who looks like a cool person. You go out to the cold market, like people you don't know, assess them out and go, they look like a pretty cool person. And then you put them on a list and you add to that list. So you could do this one of two ways. You can go through how many people on your, tell me now, guys, how many people have you got on your friends list on Facebook? 100, 1,000, 2,000? And how many of them do you actually really know or have you communicated with lately? So you can go to your friends list and see everybody that's on your friends list. And that might be a good place to start for some of you. It's like, who do I want to get back on my radar? Who might be good? Oh, they were awesome. They're a successful business person, blah, blah, blah. I'd love to be able to connect with them again. You pick up their names and you put them in a list. So you might have at the timing of this video, it might be a May 2021 prospecting list. So you go through your friends list, and if your friends are not in your target market, you've been through the friends, you've done, warm market, and you're going cold market, then go and make some new friends, guys. Be a bit strategic with your time on social media and make some new friends and put them on a list. And your list may be May 2021 prospecting list. Okay. So you add 20 people to this list that you want to really dial in with on your social media. I'm talking about Facebook here, the list on Facebook, and you want to dial in with them. Okay. So you got 20 people on a list. Then you go back to Facebook every day and you go to your list that says May Prospects 2021. And guess what your new feed looks like? It only shows you the content of those 20 people that have posted lately that are on your list. Away you go. Hi, how you going? Awesome picture. Love what you said there. Blah, 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 blah. 5-10 minutes. You've done your networking with people that are actually in your sites. You might even want to post something. And, you're pushing boundaries a little bit. You want to write quite a strategic post, but you don't want all your family and friends to see it. So you can post it just to that list. So you might have a great curiosity post written up, talking subtly a little bit about your business, but we're not naming our business. We're not telling people what it is, and we're not being pushy, spammy. I need 5 people to join my team. Hit me up. Not doing any of that, guys. But you write a cool curiosity-based post, but you only want it to go to those 20 people because they're the 20 people that are on your radar for this month. So you can write that post on your social media, and then the little drop-down arrow that says, okay, is this public? Is this friends to only? Or is it to a list? Or is it to only me? So you pull down the little drop-down arrow, and then you pull down the list, and you might have a few lists, and that post is only going to May Prospects 2021. And that post is only going to those 20 people. How many of you know that this is possible, but you've forgotten to do it? And you're missing opportunities. How many of you not even know that this is possible? That you can segment certain people and make a list out of them and only engage with those people to make your networking time on social media? Like how much more effective is it for you to have a group of people in a list, and then you go to the list and that list only pulls up the content for those 20 people, and you can whip through that in 5 minutes and comment and engage and ask questions just with the people that are already in your sites? Do you not think that's more effective? Now, guess what happens? You're concentrating intentionally on a certain amount of people. So when you have conversations and they answer back, then they're more likely to see your content, but it's the people that you want to see your content. It's not every Tom, Dick, and Harry that's not in your target market. You can change the algorithm by doing that. Who you have conversations with tells the algorithm they like each other. Let's send more content of those people to each other. They're engaging with each other. They're having a conversation. That's what Facebook wants you to do. They want you to have conversations in the newsfeed, and they want to get you eventually in Messenger with people, because that's private conversation. So they are very heavily weighted as far as the signals go. So when you're more intentional with your time on social media and part of your day is spent just in stories, commenting, thinking of a cool question to ask, or you go to your news feed and you change it to just that list and you just see those people on your list and that's where you spend your time, you're commenting on their stuff. So guess what? You know, if they reply and you're having conversation, they're going to see more of your stuff. Is that not more valuable to you than, you know, and again, you can be very strategic with maybe a cool curiosity post, maybe it's a product post, maybe it's about the fact that you work on a business online and how cool it is and how grateful you are to work from home and all that kind of stuff. But you don't want all your family and friends to see it because you still got mindset issues about being in this industry. That's your way around it, guys. You're getting in front of people that you want to get in front of and you're being very effective and you never know who's going to bite. And if they don't, then take them off your list and create a June list. You could carry somebody over from the May list to the June list. You could just have one list that's just like active prospects, take people off, add people on, and just have the one list. It doesn't have to be a monthly thing. Again, coaching community members, if you don't know how to do that, if you need to revisit that, actually how to physically do that, set that up and all the credits, so we're going to revisit that next week in our weekly training. Okay? What are your thoughts around that? Share with me what you think about that. Is that something you can easily do that you think might be more effective than what you're doing now? Yay? Nay? Helpful? Not helpful? What did you think? Never knew this. Okay, so now you do. This should be really helpful. Okay, how do you create this list? That's kind of a training thing that I'm going to do that with my training community next week. But it's a Facebook feature for you to create, create a list. So you just got to create the list. It's as simple as that. You did a training on this a while ago, but I've forgotten how. Yeah, Edith, it's actually, for those of you that are in my coaching community, it's inside the organic growth bootcamp. It's already in there. I've done it more than once, but I want to isolate it for you guys and just do a specific little training on this particular thing so you don't have to go back to the whole bootcamp and listen to the whole organic growth bootcamp. But ideally, you want to revisit that bootcamp in its entirety because there's a whole strategy behind how to really utilize this that I've got in the Organic Growth Bootcamp. So it is already there, Edith, but I'm just going to single this one section out and do a very quick, simple training for you guys to refer back to. So just making it simpler for you guys. Guys, if any of you want, you can join my coaching community for $1, guys. It's so cheap to be in my coaching community, but the value is through the roof. The training that I did this week on a particular program that you guys can use to organize yourself, which is the basis of what I've created for my network marketing team, which I'm sharing with them in 5 minutes. I've created a full duplicatable system on a training that I gave the basics of in the coaching community this week. The value that I give you guys is off the roof. It's through the roof. You've just got to want to utilize it. If any of you want to look at that, you just go to my website, helenmartinonline.com. There's a graphic there that talks about join the coaching community, and you can just look at the details there. Cherie didn't know. Now you do. Pretty cool. So Cherie, if you didn't know, I would definitely go through the Organic Growth Bootcamp from start to finish because there's a whole strategy around that, as well as what I've talked about here. Pretty cool. Heard about it, but not started. Cool. I need to listen to it again. We can do that on our business page too. If we need, you can't create lists on business pages, Mike. This is personal profile only. Okay, so yeah, you can't do it on a business page. Just to be clear. So Glenn's forgotten. So much more valuable. Didn't know that. Yeah, so you can't do it on a business page. You can't create the same kind of lists on a business page. Great, sound awesome, very helpful, awesome. I do need to re-listen. Yes, very helpful, very helpful, very helpful. I did know but had forgotten. Yeah, and that's where most people sit. I'm not in network marketing, but I'm launching a new product and targeting certain people in a great way of getting through the people I want to reach. So Claire, same exact strategy. It doesn't have to be this industry at all. Very effective for people in our industry, but even if you're not in the industry, that strategy will work amazingly for you if that's what you're trying to achieve. So yeah, it work for any industry. This is going to be great, great reminder. I love stories and get lots of comments on mine. I need to do that list again, forgot about it. And watch people that are watching your stories. Guys, actually, you can see, this is the beautiful thing that people are underutilizing about stories. You get to see who's watching your stories. So see whose name's regularly showing up and then go and put that on your Facebook list. Get your face in front of their stuff more often. So you can put those people on your list, your Facebook list. So just think a bit smarter, sometimes about what you're doing. Want to revisit it. So much more helpful. Really need this strategy. I just learned that this exists. Definitely will explore further. So again, Ford, I'll do a specific short training in the coaching community next week, but it is part of the Organic Growth Bootcamp. I've already done like a full strategy around it. Online crew coaching from Helen is freaking amazing. Thank you, Crystal. So much value. Trainings. Yep, you're a life member. Okay, the whole boot camp, would be really effective for you, Sheree. I'm going to have a look at your website after this. No worries, Karen. It's very cheap to get in. If there's a trial for 3 days for $1. If you like what you see, you can stay. It's $29.95 a month. You can leave any time. But I'm telling you, there's thousands of dollars worth of training in there. You could set yourself up, just spend a couple of months in there. That would be the best investment you've ever made for your business with what's already sitting in there that you get immediate access to. There is an opportunity to become an annual member and you get 2 months off. Okay. So just have a look. It depends what you guys want out of your business. You can do it the hard way or you can get tips and trainings like this and speed things up and be more effective. Okay. Thanks for being here with me, guys. Those in my network marketing team, 3 minutes. We're on Zoom. You do not want to miss this training. Full system for you. So excited to share it with you. For the rest of you, have an amazing weekend. I will see you next week for more free training. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.